offense ebb and flows over the course of any season. What's the key to consistency with a group as good as you've got when every now and then it's going to dry up?
Well, it dries up for a number of reasons, and I think when it's work ethic or detail in our game, those are things you can fix. Other times, teams play good against you and take it away, and I don't think you ever want to discredit the other team. I think our last two opponents have played real well against us, but I don't think we've been as good. So what we tried to do today is address it. The last 2 days is address it. Yesterday, or last practice day was more about work. Today was more about being in the right spot so we can generate more offense. But the other thing about our league is once they watch you, they try to defend you. And, you know, they got a coaching staff. We have a coaching staff. You're trying to make it hard on the opposition to generate offense. But that's why the game's so good is you got to still work at it and find a way to create it.
It does start in the defensive zone with how you guys are breaking out, making guys more available to help the passer.
Okay, that could be part of it. You know, there's lots of what came first, the chicken or the egg. And so does it start in the offensive zone and you play heavy and you wear them out and then you don't even have to get back in your zone? Does it, you know, does it start on face-offs? It starts in a lot of different spots. It's where you want it to start, but you obviously want to come out clean every time. But if they're on top of your D and your D's face are in the glass, those D aren't going to make a lot of plays. That's just the reality.
How do you feel Marlowe has fit in with Matthews so far this season?
Well, I think, you know, it's like anything. They were rolling along pretty good and suddenly not quite as good. And so, but the measure of us all is every day and what we do, and we just try to get better every day. Patty Marlowe is an unbelievable pro, unbelievable person. Not only is he here to play his own game and focus on his own game and get that better all the time, he's here to help the rest of us get better. And he's a good sounding board for me. He's real good for the young guys. He knows what's important. He doesn't have to say a whole bunch just because he does things right, and I think he's an important part of our team.
How do you like how Parr is adapting to left wing?
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't the plan, right? You know, but he's a real good player. He's intelligent. He makes lots of plays on his back end. I think he's going to turn into a real good NHL player here. He's a good pro, plays hard every day, he's smart. You can play him in all situations.
Mike, you coached teams that had giant bullseyes on their back in Detroit. Is it a challenge for a team to kind of play through that when you know you're going to get every team's best?
Well, we talked about that here the other day. I think, you know, everybody says they want to be that. Everyone wants to be the best, but being the best means every day. That means bringing it every day. That means you got to do your part every single day. Sometimes it's better for some guys just to hide on a team that's not as good. You get your points, you go home, no one ever worries about it. But if you want to be on the big stage playing with the best teams, you got to want it every single day, and you got to take the good with the bad. You show up and you do this when it goes good, when it goes bad, and you bring it every single day. And I think that's the challenge for our group. It's a lot of fun.
On the flip side to Parr, what have you seen this time around out of Gauthier versus previous stints?
Well, I think the GOAT's always been better in the NHL than he has in the minors. In the minors, you want him to do more. Here we just want him to do what he's doing. He's big. He's on the defensive side of the puck. I haven't penalty killed him. That's not because he can't. I just haven't. He can penalty kill for us. In our situation too, we got 3 centers that want a lot of ice time, and you know I'd like to have my Matty and Johnny always between kind of 18 and 19, right at that level, and I'd like to have Naz kind of in the 16 in the middle. That doesn't leave a ton of cake for you. That's just reality. So you got to do your work quickly and you got to do efficiently.
You had a chance to watch Winnipeg last night in their big comeback, and you have them twice this week. What are you anticipating from this year?
Well, I look forward to it. I think they're a real good team. You know, obviously I've watched them a few times coming into this game. They're a fun team to watch. They're a big mobile back end, real good depth up front, good goaltending, good team. It should be a lot of fun. You know, we're going to have to play better than we've played the last couple of games, but we look forward to playing them. Should be good.
I'm sorry, in any social situation with Paul Maurice in the past few years, have you ever talked about your shared experiences with the league? Coaching?
No, I don't think we have. You know, you see those guys at the draft, and you see them. But usually what happens when you see coaches during the year, one is usually mad and not that talkative. That just seems to be the way it is. So that's our league.
What stood out about Tavares' daily approach to his game now that you have him here every day?
Well, just a pro and wants to get better. What you like about him, too, is he's been around, and so he has an opinion on things, which I think is real important. And you don't just walk in the door and suddenly get you get a say. You earn the right to get a say. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but and so he's done that over time by being a good pro, by being a good player, and he wants to be a better player. What I like about him, he's all in every day.
He was the last guy off the ice today.
Well, obviously, he's a professional, and
Really?
we're all the same way. Is when your team doesn't play as good, you dig in. That's just what you do. You dig in and you try to find a new way to be better. And I think that's the challenge to everybody. But that's what we talked about on one of the previous questions. Every day, you got to reinvent yourself and get better every single day if you want to be the best.